Hello, teachers. As you can tell, I'm trying something a little different. I want to provide you opportunities to train on your own time. I know that your time is precious to you, and so I want to do everything I can to help you train and give you the necessary information to be a volunteer with the NBC Kids. So I'm excited to do these videos. I'll be sending them out every now and then on various topics. So if there's a topic that you're interested in, just let me know and I'll try to get some research done for you so we can learn together. This video is mainly going to be about the general policies, expectations, and procedures of the NBC Kids, which a lot of you already know this, but I'm going to refresh your memory, and we do have some new teachers, so this will be a way for them to learn, and you can refer to this video anytime that you're unsure of something or if you have a question, and so I'm going to try to make them as fun as possible. So let's get started. We do have a really awesome team of volunteers with the NBC Kids, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you and your willingness to come on Sundays and Wednesdays and teach these kids about the love of Christ. This is what I love to do, and so it makes my heart happy to know that other people like to do it as well. So I'm so grateful for you. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the safety procedures of Northside Baptist Church and the NBC Kids. We have just recently adopted the Child and Youth Student Protection Manual. This has all of our policies regarding working with children and the youth at Northside. And so I'm going to actually provide each classroom with a copy of this manual. And what I'm going to ask all of our volunteers to do is that when you have some time, I'm going to give you some time to review this manual and actually sign off on a piece of paper that's saying that you have read it and you understand it. So I will provide these in your classroom. So that's for Northside. Specifically for the children's ministry, I just want to go over a few safety policies just to remind you. First, when a child comes into the children's ministry area, once they've checked in and once they have entered the rally zone on Wednesday nights especially, they are not allowed to leave without an adult. That means a parent or a teacher can accompany them outside, but they are not allowed to leave without an adult. And I do this because we are so close to an outside door, and so I want to do everything that we can to protect the kids while they're in our care, and so no child leaves without an adult. The second thing is that in your classroom, when you have children in your classroom, please make sure that you have 2 volunteers in your room at all time. Now I understand that there are times when you need to go get supplies from the resource room, and that's fine, but please make sure that you are doing the best you can to uphold the 2-person policy in each classroom. The last policy, kind of the general policy, is if there is anything suspicious, if there's someone walking around in the hallway that you don't recognize, please let a staff member or I know so we can handle this situation. We want to be actively involved back there and make sure that everything is safe, and so we need your eyes to do that. So if there is any suspicious activity, just let us know and just use your best judgment. I trust you all, and I have complete faith in your judgment, so just use that judgment and just be aware of your surroundings and where your kids are. All right, so now I would like to just go over a few expectations that I have of all the volunteers with the NBC kids. The first one that I want to talk about is I expect our volunteers to arrive to their classroom at least 15 minutes before we begin. So on Sunday mornings, that means I need you there by 9:30, and on Wednesday nights, it means I need you there by 5:45. So please make sure that you're doing everything you can to get here on time. I know some instances you are late, and that's fine, but please make sure that you are doing everything you can to be on time. One of the reasons that I want to start this trend in the children's ministry is that I would like to just spend a short time of devotion before Sunday school and Transformers. I would like to make sure that we are focused and that we are prepared, our hearts are prepared for the work that we are doing. I know that especially on Wednesdays, it can get really chaotic, and I want us to just start a time of prayer and devotion so that we can get our minds right for what we're going to do. So please make every effort to be there on time. The next expectation that I have is that I ask that you be active with your class and be involved. This goes for all of our teachers, but especially for our Wednesday night teachers when we are in a large group. It really helps me when you are actively involved with the kids. That way they see that you're doing whatever it is we're doing and that they are more likely to do it. So I ask that you please be involved, please be present with your class, and make sure that you are just involved with whatever is going on in your classroom and whatever you're teaching about. Just be engaged. The final expectation that I have is that you always be ready to go with your lesson. I know it can be crazy, especially once the school year starts. It's hard to make sure that you're prepared for your lesson, but I ask that you please at least look at it and have a general idea of what you're going to do. I know from experience that if you're not prepared, your kids are going to take control of the situation, control of the class, and it's going to be their show. So I just ask that you have stuff ready for them so that you can enjoy the class more, they can enjoy the class more, and you can get more out of it and teach more out of it. So please be ready to go with your lesson. All right, this last thing that I want to go over is just some general procedures especially for check-in that I know there's been a little confusion, but I just want to clarify what goes on when a child checks into the children's ministry area. First, let's go over Sunday mornings. When a child walks into the children's ministry area, they will check in on the computer. They type in their last name and it'll come up with them and they'll check it in. And so we have reception people up here. I'm up here to assist kids checking in that way. And so we'll just need you back in your classes. Again, be back there early enough so that when kids start arriving and checking in, that they can head back to their classroom. Each class has a roster like this. What we will do, the person working the reception area will walk around to each classroom and take these rosters to you and also pick them up a little into Sunday school. And so what these rosters include, they include a roster of your class with all your kids' names, the boxes to check for the day they're here, and their address. One thing that I highly encourage you to do is that if you have a child that has not been in your class, say the whole month, just send them a card. We have cards available for you to use, so just ask for some cards. It really goes a long way. I try to go through these as well and send birthday cards just to reach out to them and show them that we're here for them. So that's included in your roster. That's why we have the addresses on there. The next thing included in here is the visitor log. I have included these so that we can keep track of visitors coming. For instance, if a student comes multiple times, that allows me to know that they need to be put on the roster and put in the computer. Otherwise, we'll just have them fill out forms forever and ever. And so I'll need to know if they have come multiple times so that I can put them in our computer. Speaking of visitors, on Sunday mornings, we have a guest information card that our visitors fill out. And what the procedures for this is that when a visitor comes into the reception area, they're greeted by our receptionist and me, and they will actually fill one of these out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this and give it to the teacher so that you can have their address as well. And I will keep the originals, and I will give you a folder to keep your copies in. And you can keep them in your classroom just to refer to. And again, this will help us if we have people coming multiple times. We don't want to make them fill out this form every single time they visit us. So this will just help us know that we already have a form for them. So again, when they come, they'll fill this out. I'll keep this, I'll make a copy for you, and you can leave it in your classroom. Again, I encourage you to send a note. We actually have some awesome guest cards that we have made up. See, they got our logo on it. How fun. So it says, "Thanks for being our guest" from the NBC Kids. And so we were actually sending these out to our guests. So if you need one, they're up in the reception area. And I encourage you to fill one of those out and send it to the visitors in your class. For Wednesday nights, for Transformers, it's a lot easier. When kids come into Transformers, they just walk straight to the rally zone, and each class will have their own roster with all the names of the students that have already registered for Transformers, and you'll just check them off the week that they're there. For visitors that come to Transformers, hopefully we can catch them and get them to fill out one of our registration forms, just so we can have their information. If we need to get in touch with their parent, or if we want to send them a card, we can have that information. What you will do as a Transformers teacher when you have a visitor is just write their name on your roster, and then hopefully we will have this information that we can give to you if you would like to send a card. So that is how we handle check-in. And if you have any questions, let me know, and it'll be great. All right, so the last thing I want to do is just give you a few reminders of just general things that we can help you out with. In the reception area, there's a lot of things that are up here that you could possibly need. For instance, we have multiple first aid kits up in the reception area. So if you ever need a Band-Aid or, whatever else is in here, mostly you'll just need Band-Aids, I hope. If you ever need that, they're in the reception area in this cabinet right over there. And so that is available for you. Also, please know that the resource room is a great place for you to get supplies needed. If you need supplies that aren't in the resource room, let me know. I actually have some resource reply request forms that I'm going to provide for you that will just allow me to get that stuff for you. I want to help you in any way that I can, so please let me know of the resources that you need in enough time for me to get them. So I think that's all I have. I've probably forgotten a million things. I've hoped you liked this video. If you didn't, let me know so I won't make more of them. But I think this will be a great way to get the information out to our teachers, and also not having to make you sit in a meeting for hours and hours. Not that I would do that. But please let me know if you have any questions. And Promotion Sunday is this Sunday. So get ready, Sunday school teachers. It's going to be a blast. And then our Transformers actually starts September 2nd. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the fall. And please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.